Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. My name is Lisa, and I just wanted to talk to you about what to do when someone doesn't reciprocate healthy love or reciprocate any love at all. This is about when you're dealing with emotionally unavailable people. When you're dealing with people who are very toxic and people who are promiscuous, people who are non-committal, people who just want friends with benefits, nothing serious. They don't want to put a label on it. Yeah, I'm going to talk about those people today. So, just face it, there's a lot of them out there, men and women both, masculine and feminine energies, whether the masculines in a man or a woman, or the feminines within a man or a woman. Happens all around. I was once part of that paradigm as well. And then I found that after a long time, it just wasn't for me. And I settled because I loved that person. And I settled for less than what I wanted. I wanted love. I wanted romance. I wanted marriage. I wanted my teammate to help me with my mission, And I waited 5 years in a friends with benefits situation for an emotionally unavailable person who didn't even speak to me over 5 years. It caused me great pain, and I carried great pain, and I had to heal myself periodically through that time. And I would go long periods of time before I would even speak to him about anything serious and everything. Every time I would do that, he would reject me, and it would break my heart. And then I'd have more healing to do. And this happened a few times over the 5 years. I shouldn't have waited. I thought that's what you do. But no. If you love someone, you let them go. If you're not getting what you need from that situation emotionally, you're only hurting yourself. And when you do that, and you do that over years, and you stuff it, and on top of that, for most of those years, you weren't able to cry. And it hurt so bad. It really did. But then I was able to cry, and I wanted to keep it flowing whenever I felt the urge to cry. I just needed to keep it flowing because I didn't want to stuff it anymore, because it's too painful. It's too heavy of a burden to carry. And I don't want to carry burdens. I just want to be happy and free and light and do what I need to do and do what I want to do and live life on my terms. But so I should have never waited, but I didn't know that. I thought, well, if I just stick around and do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was totally ride or die for this guy. Like, completely. One time I would have done almost anything for him, and now, I don't know. There isn't a whole lot that I would do for him now. The only thing that I would make sure of now is his spiritual wellness. I could help himself to change his life. But that's as far as that goes, because I'm completely into my brand new life. So, anyhow, when you settle and you wait, you basically make yourself a prisoner to somebody. You give your power away. And in essence, it makes you a prisoner to that other person. And they kind of own you and they kind of control you. Like, whether they do like that, like speaking that, they still do energetically, because you give your power away when you settle for less than what you want and deserve. Period. Then the other person has the control over you, and it's an unfair power dynamic. And I willingly committed to that and lived under that and didn't even know that I did it. When the veil was lifted, it was just like, oh my God, that's what happened. But I was so lost. I was so blind. I was trying to come out of the dark. And the more you come out of the dark and you're coming into the light, the more you realize, hey, doing this, this, and this, and it's causing this, this, and this. I contributed to my own unhappiness. I contributed to my own heartbreak because I willingly chose to go along with this arrangement just to have any kind of energy exchange with this person that I could, because I was desperate. And when you're desperate and you're clinging to another person and settling for less than what you want and deserve, that's when you have a self-worth issue. I didn't know that I didn't have self-worth either. When you have self-worth, you have self-value. When you have self-value, you don't put yourself in situations like that. You know better. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt practically, whatever. But, yeah, so don't wait around for these people. They just waste your time. The longer you do what they want, and they're continuing that, because why would they change something when they're getting exactly what they want? Why would they change that? But that thought never even occurred to me. I thought, oh, maybe one day he'll just talk to me and just tell me how he feels about me and blah, blah, blah. Well, that day never happened. I waited. I'm making this video so y'all don't have to wait too, because it hurts, and I'm still healing from the tail end of it. But I've moved away from that situation. I live on my own. I don't depend on anybody. I do what I need to do I do everything I have to do, and I do things that I want to do too. But I am needing to be a little bit more focused on my healing, obviously, because I mean, I knew I wasn't done, so it's not really a surprise. But I'm making this video so y'all don't have to go that long and waste that much of your time. It doesn't matter who it is, it could be your twin flame. So it was for me. My twin flame wasted 5.5 years of my life. But I will never, ever want to redo anything over again. I would do it all over again, because that process has made me into who I am today and who I am still becoming every day as every day happens. And it is because, I mean, I have to thank him, because it's because of him that I've found my self-value and self-worth that it never even occurred to me that I never even had. I operated in ego all my life, and I didn't know it. I didn't have self-worth because I kept putting myself in shitty situations, making choices that sacrificed my wants, needs, and safety to bend over backwards to meet someone else's whims, desires, demands, whatever. It was like my whole life I felt like I had to wait on someone hand and foot of the person that I loved, because everybody in my life that I loved was completely demanding. So, it was like my karmic lesson to discover my self-value and self-worth. And I found it finally with my twin flame transforming it out of me and making me into who you see and who I am today. So I'm nothing but love and peace and empathy and gratitude for him, because he taught me a lot and grew me up. Really grew me up, and grew me up fast. He helped me become an independent woman, because I wanted to get the fuck away from him. And I just wanted to live by myself. I wanted to be able to control my environment, protect my own energy, and not have to worry about someone else's nasty ass energy rubbing off on me. Period. I don't care who it is. I needed a break, and I am so relieved. It has been a wonderful almost 2 months of living by myself. Only one time I had someone come and stay over. My mom came and spent the night once. It was no big deal, but she was in her room. It was like far away anyway. Like, I don't even have anything to do with that room. I barely go in it. I don't even like that room. But anyhow, like, needless to say, it's been wonderful for the last almost 2 months of being in my own space and not sharing it with someone who is low vibrational, doesn't want to change, stuck in her ways, And so it's just time for a change. I want new. I want my sacred soulmate. I want everything all new. I want like abundance and love and peace and prosperity. So I manifested it all, and I made divinely inspired choices along the way, and poof, here I am, doing it up for the first time ever. I've never been in this situation before. I've never lived alone before, ever. I've never really been financially stable on my own to be able to support myself without some type of outside help in some way, shape, or form my whole life until now. Yeah, because I lost my food stamp benefits, and I still have my medical benefits until my medical benefits from work kick in. But when that happens, I won't have anything to do with welfare for the first time ever. I'm not on welfare. Very soon. I've never experienced that before. 41 years old, and this is the first time that I've been able to make enough money to support myself and not be on welfare. I need to write that down as an accomplishment, because that truly is an accomplishment. I've always depended on the system. I've depended on handouts. I've depended on other people. And I've been quite resourceful on how I was taking. I used to be a taker. Oh my gosh. I was taking too much at one time in my life, and then karmically, I reaped those benefits. Well, they're not benefits. That's not the right word. I reaped that karma, and later on, I got with my twin, and he didn't show me shit. We barely even talked in 5.5 years. Which is pretty fucking sad. Like, it's so hard about a fucking conversation, man. Oh, I just don't want to know you anymore. Well, he didn't say anymore. He just said he didn't feel the need to know me. Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't feel the need to know me. I'm like, that really hurt. And I face palmed so many times over that. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? But why did I lower myself to put myself in a situation like that? Then, after he said that to me, I still stayed at least another 6 months after that, because I had a hard time finding somewhere else to go. Like, one, because I had income issues because I wasn't making enough of my jobs, and I didn't have a car, so that really limited my work situation, and I still don't have a car. But my predicament was, my main job is I worked in another town to help my mom clean her house, and I didn't have a car, and I was relying on other people for months to take me to and from work every week for months. But that had to end, and it did, thank God. So I moved to the town I work in, And life is good. Leaving the past in the past, looking in the new. I'm in the brand new beginning. So anybody who is in the dark night of the soul, and I was just talking to who was that? It's gone. It's not gone, but it's not there anymore. It is, I'm looking somewhere else for it. Just bear with me a second. I really want to get the name right because Aqua. Yeah. It's Aqua. So this video is partly inspired by Aqua because there's some comments here. Dark night of the soul. So for y'all that are in the dark night of the soul right now, hang on. It's painful. And when you think that you're in the deepest depths of your despair and you're hurting so bad you think you're gonna die and you really want to and you wish that you would and you're just still there and hurting, just know that some kind of spirit guide or Yeshua himself or someone from the divine realm is there transmuting your pain and leaking some of it out of you so that you can physically make it through. You won't be able to see it. You won't be able to feel it. Because it's a time you'll feel alone. But just know that that's exactly what they're doing. They're working to help you not hurt anymore, to transmute your sorrow into abundance, happiness, growth, wisdom. It's only through these experiences that we can be wise, right? Healing is a never-ending process because when you're in the dark night of the soul, you're still balancing karma, like past life karma, with whoever you're dealing with and with other people as well. I mean, if you're in karmic cycles with other people learning other lessons for other reasons, then they can be anything. It doesn't even have to be sexual. It can be any kind of karmic lessons. Like, for example, like for me, I have self-care issues because I have an eating disorder, and I was doing really good there for a little bit, and then I haven't been doing good for a long time. I've been restricting my food again. I have an eating disorder called avoidant food intake restrictive disorder. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Yes, that's what it's called. And at any time I could take on the behaviors of any of the eating disorders, whether it be bulimia, anorexia, or both, or whatever. But typically, I don't prefer bulimia. I have made myself throw up several times over the course of my life, but it wasn't more than 10 times. I don't like doing it because I don't like throwing up. I'm more leaning in I'm more in the problematic area of anorexia. It's not to a point where like I'm really underweight, but it really like robs me of like the proper energy and nutrients that I need for the energy that I need for every day, because I'm mostly pretty active. So that's like an example of something that is something I have to watch, because I'm about to be going into a karmic cycle over that. And I really don't want any more karmic cycles, but like knowingly walk into one. I mean, everybody has them, but I don't want to do another karmic cycle of something I already know about, basically. Right? So, like, I'm slipping and I need some help, and I'm going to be doing that soon. I just don't quite feel ready yet. I don't know why. But anyhow, but that's just an example of like how a karmic cycle can be anything. It doesn't have to be someone who goes around cheating on their partners and whatever. It can be anything. It's like lessons that you're learning in this lifetime. That is the point of us being here on earth, is learning how to improve ourselves, learning how to become better people. Period. So yeah, so this video is to try to help steer you away from waiting for someone who isn't interested in what you want. If you're all not on the same page, I guess you're going to have to figure it out until, because like the heart wants what the heart wants until the heart doesn't want it anymore, basically. Like you would have to work all of that process out to fall out of love with that person, to be able to start over brand new, because you can't go into something new with something old attached. Everything from the old life must die. That is the whole point of this spiritual journey. Whenever you're called to it, like all the toxic people that don't have your back during your spiritual awakening, people who try to dim your light, people who try to control you, people who try to use you, anybody like that, anybody who doesn't reciprocate healthy relationship dynamics with you, all of those people must go. And it don't matter who they are to you. Some of them can be your own children. Happened to me. I lost most of my kids. This transformation has been painful, but it's been the most important and the most rewarding thing that I've ever experienced. So grateful to the planet Pluto and the tower. Really, truly. Because if it wasn't for Pluto coming and wrecking everything that wasn't supposed to be in my life, like a wrecking ball, and teaching me harsh lessons, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So I was shy my whole life. I never wanted to do anything like this. Never imagined it. I don't like talking to people that much. Well, It's better now, but I really didn't like it before. Like I would really try to avoid people as much as I could, but I'd have like a few friends whenever I'd come out of hermit mode, because being a triple Virgo, I go super hermit, and then I feel like I want to have a social time. Like I'll reach out when I'm ready, and then I'll like isolate again for as long as I need to learn and grow and do whatever and work and do whatever it is that I'm doing. And I am so different. I am making different choices today than I would have made if these situations had arose sooner and in the past. I would have been too afraid to make the choices that I've recently made. I've overcome so much. I'm actually compiling a list of things that I'm proud of. And once I feel like I'm done with it, I'll actually share that publicly. Because, like, at one time, I was a person who didn't know what I was worth. I didn't know what I could do. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't know what I wanted. And when you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I fell for everything. I believed everything that people told me until I discovered it was lies. I believed people blindly, trusted people implicitly. Wow. All those experiences happened for me to learn that trust is earned, not given freely. And trust the process if you're in the dark night of the soul. Flow through the ebbs and the tides, the lows and the highs. Just go with it. Flow with it. Experience it. Release everything toxic, heavy, feelings, people, places, things, thoughts, feelings, whatever. Just release, release, release. There are things you'll probably be releasing multiple times. There will be things that, you just feel like you're releasing hundreds of times until one day, through your faith and your affirmations, it's gone. Just gotta keep trying, one day at a time. You can make it. I'm in the very, very brand new beginning stages of my new life and getting my karmic successful returns for all my hard work that I've put in. My twin flame didn't love me. I'm attracting love. It's real. I feel it. I know it. I know exactly who it is. And things are unfolding naturally as they're supposed to. And that's the truth. Anyhow, neither here nor there. I'm here to give you hope. Because for so long I felt like I was in a stage of absolutely nothing happening. so much stagnancy and molasses. I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm stuck, right? For years, I felt that way because because my twin was stagnant and I was all in his energy. So I was sharing his karma and carrying his burdens. He was all great because I gave my power away. I inadvertently was shouldering his karmic burdens that he didn't want to release. Whenever I left, he got all of his burdens back. I didn't sign up for that shit. Nope. Now that I know exactly what he was doing, shifting his karmic burden onto me, treating me like less than human. Nah. I think not. I go where the real love is, thank you. I don't want to wait for a toxic person to detoxify. You figure it out, buddy. I mean, that's the attitude you gotta have. And you'll get it. Depending on how many times your heart's broken, you know, that hear that ding? It's the truth. Stuff like that don't happen for no reason. Pay attention. Right? Sorry, I did that because, like, my fingertips are numb. I have carpal tunnel. So my fingers are messing with me. Have the courage to free yourself. The courage to follow your dreams. To magnetize true love. With calling in your soulmate. Your sacred soulmate. High vibrational. Someone who isn't toxic and isn't going to intentionally mistreat you because they're scared to do something. Whatever. When you have self-value and self-worth, you don't attract pussies, basically. You attract people that are real and genuine when you transform and gain that self-value and that self-worth. To know what you're worth and not accept anything less than that. No more settling. No more waiting. It's time for us to follow our dreams, our passions, our desires, our work, our goals. What makes you tick? Start back to square one. What do you want? Aside from this person, what do you want to do? Focus on that. Heal. In the meantime, keep working on yourself. You will come out. You will be in your brand new beginning. And you will feel amazing. And you will be so happy. And you will feel so free. That you will be grateful that you experienced everything you experienced, no matter how bad it hurt. I promise you. It gets better. Just have to get through the process and trust it. Through the highs and the lows. Through the pain and the smiles. That's what I have for you. Thank y'all so much for your support. I appreciate you all. Even if this helps one person. is my gift. That's why I'm here, spiritual teacher, the hermit, triple Virgo. I had to experience these lessons so that I could talk about them to help y'all. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to y'all soon. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know.